Every time I need an AI-generated asset, it's the same dance. Generate in one tool, download it, drag it into Premiere Pro, and then realize something is off and then go back. Higgsfield just put all of that inside Premiere Pro. And I'll show you how to install it and walk through the features I keep coming back to, like the object removal, transitions, edit video, and so on. So let's get into it. Alright, now let's get it installed first. Head over to the Higgsfield.ai and click on Plugins. Pick your OS. I'm on Windows, so I'll grab that one and hit download. Now, the plugin comes as ZXP file, so you'll need a ZXP installer to actually get it into Premiere. There are a few free ones out there. Grab whichever you prefer. Once it's installed, open it up and it will automatically detect the Adobe apps on your machine. Just drop the Higgsfield file and it will handle the rest. Back in Premiere, go up to Window, Extensions, and you will find the Higgsfield right there. Click it and the panel opens up. Ducked in your workspace, that's it, you're ready to go. Okay, now first feature, transitions. This is where the plugin really shines. So I want to show you something that actually looks like a Hollywood commercial. We're doing a sneaker product showcase shot on outdoor basketball court at golden hour. The idea is simple. Two clips that feel like one continuous shot. Clip 1, a wide shot of the player dribbling, camera pushing in low toward his feet. And clip 2, an extreme close-up on that same sneaker exploding off the ground as he goes up for a jump shot. The shoe is the hero and the transition happens right on it. I'm using two reference images to keep everything consistent. Now, on their own, a hard cut between them, you can see it doesn't quite land. Two shots, two moments, so let's fix that. Clip 1, hit export frame, same on the first frame of clip 2, two stills, ready to go. Over in the Higgsfield panel, I will open the transition feature, drop in my start and end frames, pick Seedance and a short prompt, something like seamless morph on the sneaker pressing in the court. Once it's ready, drag it into timeline between two clips, trim the edge so it lines up and play it back. The camera follows from a wide dribbling straight into the hero shoe moment. That's the transition feature. A quick tip before we move on. Sometimes the transition clip comes out slightly off in color or contrast compared to your original two shots. Nothing dramatic, but enough that your eye catches it. Easy fix. Select the transition clip, open Lumetri Color in Premiere, and nudge the basics, exposure, temperature, a touch of saturation until it blends with the clips on their side. Alright, next feature, draw to video. This one is great when you want to add something to a shot and control exactly where it goes. I will use this frame from one of my generations. Let's add a commercial airplane flying across the sky. In the Higgsfield panel, I will open Draw to Video, and right on the frame, I will draw a line across the upper part of the sky, left to right, like slight downward angle. That line is the flight path. Then a short prompt, like a commercial airplane flying across the sky, a long drawn path. And if the draw to video doesn't land the shot you want, like wrong size in the airplane or the path fills off, edit video is a solid backup here. No line to draw, no path to steer, just describe what you want to change. I will use the same shot and prompt it like same shot, exact same composition and lighting, commercial, airplane, etc. Now, real talk for a second. On this one, draw to video didn't quite give me what I wanted on the first few tries, and like the airplane was too big, or the angle felt off, or it just didn't blend into the door. So edit video is actually what landed the result you're seeing. And honestly, that's normal. AI generation is a bit like a dice roll. You rarely nailing it on the first try. The workflow is try one feature. If it's not landing, switch to another. And tweak your prompt, regenerate. That's just a part of the process. And honestly, don't let it discourage you. Alright, happy with the result. The transition lands, the two shots feel like one continuous move. And last step before we wrap this section, let's push the quality. Higgsfield has a built-in upscaler, so I will select the clip I want to upscale. Head over to the upscale feature in the panel, pick 4K and hit upscale. And that's it. Same shot, but sharper and high resolution. Now, there's another cool feature here, which is reframe. Simple one, but super useful. Say you've got a shot that you love, but you want it in a different aspect ratio for a different platform. So instead of manually cropping and repositioning frame by frame, Higgsfield handles it for you. So all you need to do is to select your clip in the timeline, and from the Higgsfield panel, just select the reframe feature. From here, I can pick whatever aspect ratio I need. Want a 9:16 vertical for an Instagram reel or a TikTok video? Done. Want a 21:9 ultra wide for that cinematic feel? Also done. Pick your ratio, hit generate, and the plugin intelligently reframes the shot, keeping the important action in frame instead of just cropping blindly. And that's it. One clip ready for whatever platform you're looking for. One more feature worth showing before we wrap up is change weather. This one is really fun. Say you have generated a clip, but the lighting or time of the day isn't quite what you're looking for. Instead of regenerating from scratch, you can just change it. I select the clip, head to the change weather section in the panel, and here you've got a bunch of ready-to-use presets. Let's say I want this golden hour shot to look like it was taken at noon instead. I pick the noon preset, hit generate, and there we go. Same shot, same action, completely different mood. And that's the tour. The Higgsfield plugin opens up a ton of creative possibilities for editors, generating footage, building transitions, removing or adding objects, reframing for any platform, and even changing the lighting. And the coolest part is that all of this is happening inside the Premiere's timeline. No downloading and re-importing. Your AI workflow and your edit workflow are finally the same workflow. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments which feature you're most excited to try. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.